G'day, happy day after New Year. Here we are with me old mate, a video iPod from the year 2005, making it 20 years young from this moment now. Back before iPhones, all we had was iPods. You were imprisoned with the songs that were trapped on this thing. So they became like close friends. You got to know them well. So, with that in mind, let's try and find some lost media, or at least some mysterious tracks on this thing. Here we go. The battery's been a little bit dodgy, so I've had to plug it in, but it's not doing much to keep the charge. This might be the last outing for this wonderful piece of nostalgic history. Or maybe it'll work for another 100 years. Hard to tell. It certainly outlasts a lot of phones that I've had in the past. Let's see, we'll go to albums. Let's try Radio Mystery Theater. That may have a mysterious song. Hello, Detroit. Now, this comes Detroit, with DJs.
The capital of Motown and the Motor City, but it was also dedicated to Dean Martin at one of his roasts. I think Sammy Davis got the best musos and the best singers together to help furnish the radio waves around the world when this came, but mostly in Detroit. It pays homage to that great city, but I'd just love you to hear it. We'll be back to calls in a minute. Here is Sammy Davis Jr.
You're a fighter.
Here's the Sammy Davis Jr. song, which I'm sure is copyrighted. So let's skip ahead to 5:15.
Hello, Detroit. Isn't that magnificent? I've never heard such a fantastic sound from Sammy Davis, which was recorded around the early 70s. Remember that song he had called Candyman? It was the same sort of era. We were trying to work out which band it was that was backing him up, and you might have thought it was Nelson Riddle.
I wasn't sure who it was. It was a very great sound, that big band.
I had Leon, it sounded like a Philadelphia big band sound, but I've never heard that. The tightness, if you're a muso, you would have really loved that song, but it's got a real classy, anyone who plays the trombone or the trumpet or the clarinet, you know, we so often take for granted when we see these guys in the audience, and we think, well, you know, they're playing it well and it's a nice song. But and I excuse the term, the guts required to get the energy to play those damn things, you nearly blow your face apart. It just takes an enormous amount of energy to play a trumpet or a trombone, and I can hear trombone players out there in Radioland saying, yay, thank you, Steve. But look, we see you out there, and it's like the face is pretty well blown up, and you think, God, how do those guys' cheeks and their lungs cope with it? Because it's an art form. But when you hear it in a record like that, hello, Detroit, it's got such a big Coca-Cola sound, hasn't it? And those gospel singers, they just blew me away. If you get a chance to get to America and you're into gospel singing, oh, my God, it brings tears to your eyes. You go where the black gospel singers are, it just moves you like God intended it to. It's just beautiful. 9 minutes to 11 o'clock. We'll take another few calls here. Oh, thank God for that. Yes, well, Zorene's on the line. Hi, Zorene. Hello, Zorene. How are you using Visine? Shut up, Steve. Let's do the show, will you idiot?
So that was Steve. A riveting conversation that probably shouldn't have even been broadcast in the first place, let alone saved forever on this thing. Maybe we can find something better in a different track. Okay, Recollections, Browntown. Now, this isn't the Big Les Show one. This is actually a parody for the Ray Hadley Show about a Greens politician from Tasmania.
If you wanna get nude and chain yourself to a tree, you can always go to Browntown. If you hate coal infernos and those Murdoch journos, you can always go to Browntown. Get a log cabin in Tassie, even learn to be a hippie. Make a deal with Labor, be Prime Minister of this country. How can you lose? Here's a fat cat who'll stab you back, a dingbat, a doormat. Pitch a allergies, bats are such a joke. It's not good, soon there'll be some...
So that was Bob Brown's song. And I think a little bit of Midnight Oil afterwards. But probably infringes on copyright. Let's see if we can find another one. How about a hauntingly beautiful song from the war years, sung by innocent children? This one's called We'll Meet Again, and it's found nowhere on the interwebs. I want this played at my funeral. That was from Changi. There's some cool Changi soundtrack songs from, what's his name? Milo? Bill and Betty. I'm sure this will be released next week and then I'll be stung with copyright infringements. But that's the terror of lost media. Okay, sticking with beautiful Aussie music, let's go to Remember These Two and Bitter Words by Area 7 performing live on Rove Live. Even though I lost media, I'm sure the song itself is still copyrighted. Have a shot of tequila every time I say copyright. Okay, let's go to Road Trip 2. I probably made this playlist because I was on a road trip with this thing. Sounds like the Stone Ages, doesn't it? Here it is. Charles Corot, Sunday Morning. Let's hear from Twin Cities and WCCO.
When day breaks across your hometown, you want to know what the day has in store. That's where
Doesn't that
WCCO
sound like
This Morning comes in.
Morning in
The
America?
only morning team that's live and local from 7 to 8.
Will it rain or shine?
Heather Tesh has the weather first, so you
Cup
don't
of
have
coffee.
to wait.
What's happening in my hometown?
Then Dave Huddleston brings you the latest local news. So wake up to WCCO This Morning and see why it's the Twin Cities' fastest.
Don Shelby, part of the hometown team.
Don Shelby and the hometown team. Okay, let's hear some more of these adverts. Advertisements. Advertisements. Lovely sax at the end. Oh, we're almost out of time. Oh, that's too... because it's no longer keeping the charge. I got some rare Beatles songs on this thing that I really wanted to get to. We got one called Windy Day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You come along one windy day.
Another one of John Lennon singing Wouldn't It Be Nice? A Beach Boys cover. Oh, dang it. No battery power remains. Please connect your iPod to power. It is connected to power. Man, feel like I really screwed up wasting our time with all that nonsense instead of getting to the Beatles songs. Oh well. If it was meant to be lost, it's lost. How about we just relish found media? Kept media. That's where it's at. May you keep media too. Well, at least I have a paperweight now.